this past weekend. She decided to pick up her feet, and because of that, she is an undisputed champion at super middleweight. Savannah Marshall defeated Franchon Crews, but before we get into that, we're all takes no whiffs. I'm Christian, that's Alex, and she came out with the dub. And as much as it was a clear W for her, I feel like it was an interesting fight because Crews definitely did her thing to make it a competitive fight, but also it was not a fight that was the most skilled, I guess you could say.
Yeah, to be honest, this wasn't the prettiest fight. This was kind of an ugly fight. There was a lot of clinching. There was a lot of inside boxing. There's a lot of referee intervening, breaking them up. The first like 3 rounds, I think each girl was on the ground like 4 or 5 times each, and there was no knockdown. It was just them pushing each other down, kind of getting tangled up and stuff. So wasn't the prettiest fight, but I mean, Savannah Marshall, she went in there. She looked a lot better than she did against Claressa Shields. And honestly, even though Franchon Crews probably had more output in this fight, it's just that Savannah Marshall's punches did a lot more of the damage and the impact in this fight, and that's probably where she got most of these rounds. Honestly, the 95-95, not really too sure if that should have been a score on this. Don't really know what the judge is watching because I honestly think Savannah Marshall probably 97-93, 98-92, that's about right.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. It was a clear win for Marshall for sure. Like you said, though, more output for Crews, but what it comes down to, it's not just about output and how many times a glove touches the other opponent. That's kind of amateur scoring, but with professional boxing, it's like all things considered, like as you said, quality of punches and all that. Savannah Marshall definitely edged her out with that. And honestly, to Savannah Marshall's credit, seeing her be able to get some action in, she definitely looked a lot better than the Shields fight, considering I didn't really see anything from her in the Shields fight. So, yeah, the fact that she's undisputed now at 168 and, neighboring weight class, there's another undisputed champion who she might not want to fight next, but like there's something there. There's definitely a narrative to be brought up there.
Yeah, there's definitely a narrative to bring up there, so let's just get right into it. Who do you want to see Marshall fight next?
I want to see her take her second L in her career. No, I'm playing. But
Probably true though.
Yeah, Claressa Shields. That's just hate to say it, kind of the only fight to really make in that weight class that holds weight. But then at the same time, the fact that we all know how it would go, it's a bit of a situation, I guess. But at the same time, that is the fight to make, I guess, in that weight range. And at the same time, Claressa Shields would be moving up in weight, so that's a new challenge for her. Maybe that's a little something there that she wants, but is it enough of a challenge for Claressa Shields?
I think it is. I mean, if she wants to be undisputed in 2 divisions, I mean, might as well. I mean, that's something that's kinda happening right now in the men's side of boxing. It's a huge fight coming up, so this could be a huge fight in the women's too. So, honestly, I would really like to see Marshall fight Shields again. She did look better in this fight. I know that Franchon Crews isn't as good as Shields, so maybe just a quality opponent made Marshall look better than what she actually is, but I think Marshall will actually have a better shot at this next fight with Shields. She'll probably see some tape and stuff and go in there and just look better. I don't expect her to look worse. I don't think she can look worse against Shields unless Shields just does what she usually does and just looks perfect.
You're spot on with that, and I'm leaning towards Shields, of course, in that matchup. This is way too early, but we all saw what we saw in the first fight, and I would love to see Marshall clean up on some things because she has the tools for sure to be competitive with Claressa Shields if she was able to not have her tools so neutralized by Claressa Shields. Because I'm giving credit to Shields in that matchup. Like she fought a spotless fight. But who knows? Being the champion this time and Shields maybe being the challenger, this could maybe switch things up a little. But still, as far as this fight, interesting fight overall. Both fighters, I'm excited to see what's next for them because Franchon Crews, she was beat convincingly for sure, but she wasn't completely outclassed, I feel like. I think there's definitely more room for her to maybe bounce back.
Yeah, I definitely think there's room for improvement. She can bounce back too and maybe challenge Savannah Marshall for her titles again, but we never know. We'd definitely like to see Marshall versus Shields first if that happens. But if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. Also, go ahead and drop a like. We appreciate all the support in any way possible.
Also, let us know what you want to see next for Savannah Marshall. If you want to see her in that Claressa Shields matchup, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you think that rematch would go? But Really looking forward to seeing what's next for both of them. But until then, peace.
Peace.